Hello everyone. The title of this video already said. I just want to make this short video because I really want to share with you my experience having a Razer Blade laptop. I know that Razer has been pushing through really hard the last years to become a good brand, to have a good community, and they build it. And I really like Razer laptops, don't get me wrong, just from the beginning of this video. I really like Razer laptops. I actually really loved my Razer laptops a few months ago, and that's why I'm making actually this video, because I want to share with you my experience as an engineer, as a PhD student, as a mechanical engineer, and as a professional 3D modeling construction engineer for transportation vehicles, and how these Razer laptops became a kind of a headache to my life, to my personal life as well. And I just want to share with you this experience so that maybe my opinion and the information that you get through this video is helpful to you if you are planning to get a Razer Blade laptop or if you already have one. Why I'm making this video? Why is my history with Razer and how everything started? I'm making this video actually because since a few months ago already, as you saw in previous videos probably before, I bought myself a Razer Blade Studio from the year 2020. And I'm very happy. I was very happy for it. I was really looking forward to it. And I even made some upgrades, like a better NVMe SSD, more memory, packing it up with 64 gigabytes of RAM. And I was really looking forward to the OLED display, to the Touch capabilities, and especially most of it to the RTX 5000 professional Quadro graphics cards inside of it. And it gave me a lot of problems, and I'm not happy at all. And I already had Razer laptops before. That's why I'm making this video, to share with you this experience. And it just broke down. This computer just broke down, and I lost money, of course, from my own pocket, not sponsored like always. And I am kind of disappointed on Razer, and with all my experience with mobile workstations in professional companies and in the engineering industry and production sector, and all my experience in Dell workstation, with HP workstation, with Lenovo workstations, with Alienware, with a lot of brands, a lot of computers, thousands and thousands of devices for professional applications like CAD, 3D modeling, simulation, rendering, architects. And with all that, I need to tell you that this Razer is the first device, probably in 10 years, that breaks down for me. And I pushed really hard all my devices with upgrades, with the application that I use, with 24/7, 100% usage on CPU, on GPU, on memory RAM. I really push very hard the devices that I have. That's why I really have always good devices, and that's why I always recommend you things that I personally use, that I personally test, and that I personally know that they work very good. And this Razer, that's the point of this video, this Razer notebook just didn't really made it through my standards and my applications, my usage. And I'm very disappointed on this. I was really looking forward for this laptop because they gained a lot of reputation in the last years about high quality and high build quality, best components, best displays, and RGB illumination and everything like that. But I don't know, I think Razer has still a lot of work to do if they want to go into the professional sectors. I think for gamers and occasional gamers and people that is not really depending on these devices to work or to do something like a really heavy job, I will just tell you from now, I just don't recommend you to have a Razer Blade Studio. Just don't waste your money, to be honest, in a device like this, because they are not going to be worth it. And I'm really sad to say this, but they are just not worth it. If you really are a professional, an engineer, a creator, an architect, 3D animator, a civil engineer, or I don't know what you're doing, but your device is your main tool get something reliable, like from Dell workstations, like Dell mobile workstations Precisions, the Lenovo ThinkPad or the ThinkSeries workstations, or the HPC workstations. Just go through there. They are probably going to be a little bit more expensive, but the build quality of those machines, I think, is even better than this from Razer that it offers. And the premium packages of support and replacement parts is much better, 1,000,000 times better. Of course, you pay money for it, but it's worth it. Definitely doesn't matter for which company, Lenovo, Dell, or HP. And yeah, so the history with this began. I mean, and you will say, Jorge, but maybe it was one of it. I researched a lot. I mean, I destroyed computers in my life like in the thousands. This is not the first computer that I opened. This is not the first computer that I tried to repair. I repaired already and opened and upgrade and disassembled and mainboards and motherboards replacements. I do a lot of things for my professional job as well as an IT specialist in the company where I work. So I really know my ways very good with computer hardware. And this computer just broke down, and I researched on the internet, online. I spent the last days trying for a replacement for this, or trying to find a way to make it work. But it seems like it's a problem that happens quite often in the Razer community. And the problem with this laptop is that when I try to power it on, it just don't boot. It just go in like a sleep standby mode or something like that, and it just don't work. Just don't boot anymore. And I don't know what's happened. I already tried everything. I as well contacted support. I read all the instructions that they gave, all the posts that there are on the internet. And of course, this computer is out of warranty because it's from 2020. But I'm very disappointed. And as you can see here, probably it's kind of lights up, and it shows like it's in a kind of a sleep mode, hibernation mode, and it doesn't boot up. I mean, condition is pristine. This notebook is in pristine condition. I took care a lot of it, and it just don't work anymore. And it just let me down. And the history started like 2 years ago. I bought a Razer Blade Pro 17 with an NVIDIA RTX 3080, a CPU from the 11th generation. And after that, one guy on the local eBay market that we have here in Germany offered me a change from my 17 Pro for his 15 Pro Advanced model with an 3080 as well Ti with 16 gigabytes of memory, video memory, and with an OLED panel. And I made the switch. I interchanged my 70 Pro from the USG 2021 for this Razer 15 from the same year, a better graphics card and a better panel. And I made the change. And I was very happy as well. I have 2-3 videos in my YouTube channel where I talk about the OLED panel on my Razer, and I was very happy with my Razer. But for example, for my Razer 17 Pro, a big device, and I used to know what big devices are from my Alienware 17s and 18 back in the day, Dell Precision 17 workstations since like 15 years ago already. So I know what it is to have a big device, and I don't care, to be honest. And what I started to notice with the 17 Pro is that it was really loud and the temperature were really not that good. The CPU was always in a high temperature level when I was doing like my CAD application, my CAD applications, or my simulation, pushing the GPU computational boundaries as well, and it was always too loud, and the temperature was, as I just mentioned, not really good. And it had a vapor chamber already, my 17 Pro, in that time. I bought it with this vapor chamber already because I know that temperature is a big problem for laptops, and I push very hard when I do my engineering work on the devices. But it didn't help. I changed the thermal paste that came from the factory. I changed it with liquid metal one time. Didn't change really at all. It was just too loud. And the Razer Synapse is the worst package and software in order to control your system. It just really don't work, and the options that they give you into quiet mode, balance mode, auto mode, and performance mode is just completely makes no sense, because the computer is always very loud, and yeah, it seems to draw more power and it seems to deliver more power to the components, but you cannot control the temperatures, even in the 17 inches. So that was the problem with that I started to notice. That's why when someone asked me to change for the 15, I was like, okay, I mean, I'm going to have the same problem with the smaller devices, but yeah, let's do it. I want to have the OLED panel. And with the 15 advanced, same history, too loud. Temperatures, bad, really bad temperature. It was always underclocking the CPU. The GPU was always underclocked because just the Razer didn't manage the temperatures in the device. And the 15 inches had also a vapor chamber cooling system. And it didn't manage to really keep the temperature in a modest level for the operating system. And it was just not working. Even playing games was too loud. And when I was doing simulations, pushing the GPU computation with the graphics card, it was so loud, and then the GPU started to underclock, and then the CPU started to underclock itself because it couldn't manage the temperature. So, okay. But like in contrast, the OLED panel of the 15 changed my life completely. Since I have the OLED panel in my Razer Blade 15, it really changed the way how I consume my media in my mobile devices. That's why I got the 2020 Studio with the OLED display as well. So after my Razer, I sold the Razer. I was not really happy at all with the performance of it because of the thermal management. And then after, I don't know, like 2 years, like 6 months ago or something, I decided, because I require, to be honest, I really need most of the time professional Quadro graphics cards or RTX professional graphics card for the job that I do. I really require them, and it's a requirement. Now with the new drivers and the 14 series GPU on the mobile devices, you can really have a lot of advantages as well of these professional graphics cards for professional applications, but it's still not the same for the application that I really use. So, okay, I went to this. I spent 2,000 euros of my own money again, from my own pocket, to get this. And it just disappointed me insane. Super loud, as well with a vapor chamber cooling system. Really loud. Temperature, it is a joke, the temperature management of this computer. It is always warm. It was always warm. I mean, you can hear it. When I was working, when I was doing some work really on my laptop, you can hear it in the whole apartment. You could hear the Razer that was spinning and spinning and spinning. And you say, okay, it is spinning really loud, but the temperatures are good. No, the temperatures were bad. It was always underclocked, the CPU, the GPU. It was everything underclocked always. I repasted, of course. I bought the best thermal paste. I mean, I have experience since 15 years on this. And I repasted it once, I repasted it twice. I cleaned everything with compressed air. Nothing helped. I changed it after to liquid metal. I installed liquid metal for the CPU, helps nothing. Just the thermal solution, probably the Razer synapse. I changed the drivers a lot of times. I reinstalled Windows at least 10 times. 10 times, because I love to reinstall Windows. I have my whole information, it is saved in the cloud, in my own cloud, so I have no worries. I just reinstall Windows, boot up, drivers again installation, internet connection, Razer Synapse, Razer Cortex. I tried everything, and it's just too loud, and the temperature is really, really bad. So the last time I opened it, I repasted it again like 1 week ago. It was everything working like normal again, just loud as always, and I was just disappointed. I was already trying to sell this laptop because it's just not work, and the performance was not the best as well because of the under voltage and the underclock of the CPU because of temperature. So I was already planning to sell it. I had it already online to sell it. I was going to lose a lot of money because of this, but I just decided to sell it because it's not. Just don't cut it off. Just don't. It's just not what I need. I need reliable devices with a lot of performance. And this Razer was just not cutting it. So I decided to sell it. And then yesterday, I just connected, plug it in, because I liked to use it because of the OLED panel. So I was still using it to watch movies or to Amazon Prime, to watch YouTube on it. And yeah, I was just using it because I love the panel, the OLED panel. It's a pretty cool thing. And it just didn't want to boot up. The computer just died. and I don't know, I was already disappointed on it, so I was already ready to let it go, my Razer Blade Studio with the RTX 5000. I was really looking forward to it, and yeah, it just broke down. It just doesn't work anymore, and I tried everything to repair it. It cost me already hours and hours, and my time is more valuable than this laptop already, so I just don't want this anymore. And at the end, I'm just going to sell it like for 100, 200 euros here in eBay or something for scrap parts, I don't know. And yeah, I'm very disappointed on it, and I'm just going to tell you from my own experience as an engineer, and I really push very hard with my devices. Gaming as well, I do play games and CAD applications, 3D modeling, I do a lot of rendering, I do a lot of machine learning, deep learning, and I do a lot of programming, computational, I just do a lot of compute tasks on my devices, and I optimize a lot of Windows. I know my ways very well in the Windows registry. I optimize a lot of my devices, and they work flawlessly always. I usually have workstations. I usually have mobile workstations from Dell, from HP, or from Lenovo. My desktop PC, as you can see here, is a Dell Precision workstation, and I had a lot of workstations in my whole life, as you can see in my YouTube channel as well. And this was the first time that I really wanted to give the opportunity to a brand like Razer, and with this professional graphics card, to see if it was something that engineers can really use, or professional users can really take advantage of it. And it just doesn't work anymore. It just doesn't work. And yeah, so Razer or Razer team, if one time you see this video, if you really want to come to the market with this kind of devices that are targeted to professional people, you need to control what you sell. If you cannot get under control the thermal management of your devices, because they require too much power, constrain it. Please constrain it and sell it as it is. Just constrain the thermal power requirements of them. You don't need to sell something with an NVIDIA RTX 5000 or an NVIDIA RTX 3080 Ti if you cannot constrain the thermal management, because it's just going to disappoint the people that buys it. And yeah, of course, there is workstations like the Dell Precision 77080 that are massive workstations, or the HPC Fury, the 16 or the 17 or the 18 inches model, or the Lenovo ThinkPad, which are 17 inches. Of course, they are very thick, they are heavier, but they do a very good job with the thermal management. And they don't sell things as well telling you that you are going to get the best gaming performance or the best GPU performance. Dell, for example, Dell and the Dell mobile workstations, they constrain a lot the power requirements of their devices. And of course, maybe something like an MSI Titan 77 or an Alienware X18, they are going to have a massive thermal management performance and improvements in comparisons to a mobile workstations like the Dell Precisions or the HPC Furies or the Lenovo ThinkStations. But these Dell workstations or these professional workstations, they are made to last and they are made to not break. And that's why they are constrained, and they offer, less performance for more money, which looks kind of not logic, but they work 24/7. You can push them very hard. They are not going to be that loud. They are going to have really good temperature performance, and they are going just to perform amazing, because they don't sell things that they cannot control. They sell things that they can control. And that's the difference with this device. Razer wants to sell the best thing with the best quality and crafted aluminum, and I don't know what they are selling, but they cannot keep under control the hardware that they sell. And they have a lot of problems, and you can see in a lot of the internet that they have problems also. Of course, Dell as well. But you cannot compare with Dell workstation or Lenovo workstation or HP workstation. They sell millions per year. And with my experience, since 15 years already having Dell workstations in my experience, I never had a Dell mobile workstation that didn't meet my requirements since 15 years ago as an engineer. And the very first laptop in which I'm really disappointed is this Razer. I'm really disappointed in it. And as I just mentioned, it is one of the first laptops in my whole life that breaks on me, that really lets me down. So yeah, guys, just to conclude this video, don't get me wrong, I like Razer laptops. I really love the OLED of my 15 Advanced 2021 model. And I know that they are very good devices. They have an amazing build quality. Don't get me wrong, as I just mentioned, these Razers are probably the best Windows build quality laptops out there. Really the best. They are amazing. I am really happy because they are amazing. Everything looks good. It is just amazing minimalistic device, and it makes an amazing job in that regard. They are very well designed laptops. They have a really good choice in ports. They offer as well things like the Razer Thunderbolt, GPU expansion, and they are very good quality devices. But they just are not good enough for as a reliable device. They are just not good enough. And if you are thinking to spend money, because that's the thing, they are very expensive. They are same as expensive as a Dell Precision mobile workstation, but they don't perform the same. And that's the main big difference. Let me show you one thing. This is a Dell mobile workstation. This is the Dell Precision. This is an entry-level mobile workstation from the latest generation. It has an Intel Core i7-13800H with 14 cores, 20 threads. It has an NVIDIA RTX 8000 from the 8th generation. It has 96 gigabytes of memory RAM, and it has better hardware. It has better cooling system. Of course, it is newer. The energy efficiency of NVIDIA and Intel has made a huge improvements in the last years. But something like this, like a Dell mobile workstation, of course, they are not totally overkill, they are not totally overpowered, but they are complete silence, and they manage a huge performance, of course, because they have their mobile workstations, incredible battery life, and something like this is only like 2,500 euros. Of course, the build quality, I mean, these workstations have amazing build quality as well, like huge build quality, and they are not that much expensive. Of course, you can go into the high-end mobile workstations, and they are going to be much more expensive than the Razer. But if you are really a person like is saving money for a reliable workstation, for a reliable, powerful computer, and you want to spend 4,000 euros or more than 4,000 US dollars in getting the top maxed out Razer, you can just forget it. Until they really do not improve the thermal constraints and the power limitations of their devices, I think they are not still in the same league as companies as Dell or HP or Lenovo. And that is something very sad, because I really like it. I mean, the design, flawless, really good devices. Everyone is going to look at them if you pull it out from your backpack, and they are really good devices. But I think Razer has still a lot of things to do regarding performance and thermal management. So guys, yeah, that's the end. My Razer Blade Studio just broke. I am trying to get a better workstation for me. I'm trying to sell as well my Dell desktop workstation in order to get something like an HPC Fury 16. And yeah, this is the history of my Razer. I think, guys, probably this is going to be the last Razer notebook that I buy. Not because I don't want, maybe in a few years I'm going to give it another try, but hopefully not with my own money, because I don't want to lose money in something like this. And yeah, but for now I think that's the end for me and Razer. Don't take my opinion in this video as a truth. Just take it as an opinion from my experience as an engineer, and because I push really hard on my devices. And I think if Razer want to sell devices in the high end or in the top of the quality, I think they still have a lot of things to do. And think about this video as an information source. just if you are planning to buy one, and if you are in the same if you are in the same situation, probably as I am, like an engineer doing 3D modeling, rendering, architect software, animation, video edition, and you want a reliable system that really if you want a reliable system that really goes with your workflow, and as well from battery life and all those advantages of new devices or premium devices, think twice maybe when getting a Razer blade. And I hope you find valuable information in this video. But for now, as I just mentioned before, that's the end of the relationship between Razer and me. So thank you very much, guys, for watching. I'm really happy to be back here. And yeah, one disappointment on one device, but hey, we have a lot of things to do as well. We have a lot of things to learn. And because when these kind of things happen, I learn a lot. And I just want to share this with you. And I just want to share this with you. So thank you very much again for being here. Thank you very much, guys, again for watching. We made it through another year. Maybe at the end of the year, I was not really present in YouTube as I wanted, but I will do my best as always to keep with my PhD. I'm just finishing my PhD, so probably next year, around September, it's going to be at the end, and I will really have more time to make bigger this channel. But for now, this is it, and see you until the next time.